Maybe some of you have heard some of the sound in the background right now. We've deployed gas into the residence. We've not been able to get him to answer us on negotiations, so we've deployed gas inside right now. Spoke to a few of the officers that were inside of the house. What happens, they got trapped. There was a hallway. 2 officers got trapped in the back room, and then 2 of the other officers were staying to keep them safe. So that's why they couldn't get out at that point in time. We haven't firmly identified this individual yet. We're still working on that. And once again, the military is great with working on getting us any information in the event that he is a military member. We're hoping, once again, that he'll just voluntarily come out, but we don't know if that's going to happen at this point. From what I understand from the officers that were inside of the residence, there were multiple rounds shot at them. Open the door up. The individual in there, it appeared he was actually waiting for them to open the door. It almost looked like it was an ambush type situation for when they entered the residence. So right now, like I said, we've deployed gas. Hopefully we're going to be able to get him to come out. And I'll give you further updates. If anybody got any other questions right now.
And this is when they opened the door to the room he was in, or the home?
The room that he was in. Because it was a locked door, they forced the door open, and he was in there waiting for him.
You know what he was shooting with?
A handgun of some sort. And it looked like, from the information I've received, it looks like he may have expended the handgun and dropped it, and then the door was slammed, and as you can see where we're at right now. Anybody have any other questions?
Did he say anything to them? Or did they...
From everything I'm getting right now, he has not said anything to anybody at this point in time. And I might have further information for you later. I still don't have anything on the status. The officer has been taken to the hospital. So, once again, still understand it's a non-life-threatening injury. I'd rather not say at this point for safety purposes. Any other questions?
Did they know about how old the man was?
I didn't get that information.
Okay.
Are you releasing the officers?
At this point, I'm going to just hold off. I asked if we've contacted his significant other, and I just want to make sure that the family finds out the right way and not through these media channels. I will release all names later in the day of all the officers, and once we find out, confirm who the suspect is.
And the original victim,
I don't have anything else on him right now. Good?
Thank you.
Apparently everything is taking place on Quicksilver. Not like originally was put out. Quicksilver runs off of Clearwater. So there was some information that we got wrong initially, the information I got. So everything is going on right now on Clearwater. I'm sorry, Quicksilver.
The Quicksilver Court?
I think, yes. Yeah. So everything is going on Quicksilver. We have made contact and are speaking with the individual involved. So right now, we're hoping to be able to talk him out. Once again, that's not much more to give you other than the fact that, like I said, giving you updated information, everything's on Quicksilver Court, and the fact that we are negotiating with him right now.
Is there any idea?
No, right now we don't know any of that. And like I said, there's more information that I can't put out at this point, but there'll be probably more information coming out about what's happening. Right now, I'm giving you all that I can give you. Like I said, we're hoping that he will come out.
So there were 2 different houses on Quicksilver?
That's from my understanding, that's where they saw a trail of blood. So it all occurred on Quicksilver though. The other individual that was shot is on Quicksilver, on residence on Quicksilver. So that's where we're at right now. As soon as I get any more updates, I'll come back and give them to you. Like I said, we're hoping we can talk him out. That's, of course, always our goal. Negotiate out the residence. He did appear to have injuries. Right now he's being picked up by the ambulance, going to be transported to the hospital. Long-term negotiations, there was gas put inside of the residence, but he did come out on his own.
Can you tell us anything about the injuries that he had when he was coming out?
No, and that's the thing. Whatever I gave you right now would just strictly be conjecture. Supposedly he had some sort of leg injury, but we really don't know the extent of his injuries.
These are the people that were, not allowed to go back to the home.
Once we make sure that we have to clear that residence also. Our tactical unit's still in the house. So they're still having to clear that residence out. I mean, they were inside the house and we kept talking to them, getting them to come out. So right now we have to make sure that house is clear. They're probably not going to want to go in that particular house for a while. The residents that were around the house, they will be allowed to go back shortly. Once again, we have to make sure the area is safe. We have to see if we have any other crime scenes right now. We don't know the extent of what we have at this point. Right now, I don't know the identity of the individual that was laying on the front of this porch, and I don't know what his status is either. Once again, once I get that, I'll give it to you. Right now, I don't have that type of information. We haven't definitively identified who the individual is. We've got some possibilities, but we're not sure, and I'm not going to release that information. The thing I will tell you, if for whatever reason this does come out to be a military member, that'll be up to Fort Campbell to confirm it. I don't do that. I'll put an individual's name out, and then if it is a military member, that'll be up to Fort Campbell to confirm it.
Are there life-threatening injuries? Has anybody died yet?
Well, right now, we don't know what the status is of the man on the front porch, and I don't know what the status of this guy is. He brought himself down the steps. He came down from some upper steps. He came down the stairwell, so he was mobile enough to be able to do that. No, we have been releasing kids since earlier. Since about noon, we'd sent officers up there to confirm who was be able to go in. The lockdown is to stop people from getting in, but we sent officers up there so the parents could get their children. Now, of course, right now we're working on that timeline where the schools are going to start releasing kids back to the areas. And once again, once we determine it's safe, we'll allow people to go back to their homes. Right now, possible. Once again, the information we have right now is so sketchy because we've been spending all our time trying to get the guy come out of the house, which I'm glad we were able to get him to come out without having to harm him. At this point, they were going to clear the house. There may have possibly been more, but we don't know right now. A little before 11 o'clock this morning, individual went to a residence on Quicksilver, knocked on the door. He had been shot. When officers were called to the scene, we went inside of another residence on Quicksilver, and when the officers went inside, they encountered a man in the back room, in one of the rooms, that the door was locked. They kicked the door open. He fired multiple rounds at them. We had one of our officers get hit. He had an arm or shoulder injury, non-life-threatening. He has been taken to the hospital. Also, from that point, it became a negotiation, and that's what we've been doing up until just about now. Negotiating and trying to get him to come out. And we have had contact, and we're able to talk him out without any additional harm to him.